Hey, what's up? It's your boy Hot, coming at you with another hit. Bang! Yo, welcome to Faster on Two Wheels. So, see what's in front of me. The replacement is here. So, disclaimer, never done this before, so any professionals out there going, oh, you're making a mistake? Yeah, that's why. I'm about to get the tools from under my seat. Let's get to work. Hey, yo, so thank you so much for tuning into my video. All right, so like I said, disclaimer, I have not done this before. The sports bikes, wow, had to clear my throat, so sorry. The sports bikes that I had back in America, and I believe off the top of my head, I owned like 4 or 5 of them, I think, about. I mean, you can look on my playlist under my bikes or my motorcycle, something like that, and you can see all the sports bikes I owned. All right, so anytime there's something wrong with them, yo, I didn't have time to be playing mechanic. I dead ass drove that straight to the mechanic shop, told him what's wrong, had to wait a couple of days or whatever the case is, and I'll come back and pick it up. So, there's some local mechanics around here, but I figure, as I was waiting for the fender to come in, I was looking at all the screws and where everything is. I'm like, oh, this don't look too bad. I think I can handle it. So, believe it or not, I have the video on like as fast as I can make it go. I should have recorded on time lapse, but I didn't think it was going to take this long. I dead ass was out there for a good 2 hours trying to take off the first fender, and it got to the point where I got frustrated and I was just about to just break that thing off. Like, yo, wait, the screws, there's so much screws attached to it. Like, I didn't even like count right when I was looking at all the screws that's attached to it. I'm thinking, oh, it's probably like 3 or 4 screws. Man, this thing had like 10 different screws attached to it. I mean, I know I'm exaggerating, but damn. And the locations of where these screws are located, you got to be Mr. Fantastic. Like, your hands got to like really be able to flexible to get up in there. And I'm talking about if you're my size, right? So, this bike was definitely made for someone smaller to work on, because my hands just wasn't able to fit comfortably into these places where I have to unscrew these screws so I can at least take off the broken fender so I can put on the fixed one. But, I did my best. I tried, I looked at all the angles and try to figure out, the best way to get up in here and pull this fender off. Then I look from the top and I'm like, okay, where this broken part is. All right, I see that I have to unscrew this and pull this part off. And that'll help me get to at least the top part of the screws on my bike to get the top part of the screws off the fender. And man, listen, this girl did not want to come apart. I tell you what. But I went grab a chair because I see that I'm going to be here for a while. Silly me, I thought I was going to knock this out for 20 minutes, maybe a half hour. Like I really had no clue it was going to take me this long to work on this bike. Like did I have fun? No. Will I do this again? Hell no. I'm going back to, I'll just pay someone to do it. I mean, at this point, sheesh, you're ready. But I went and had to get the right tools. I didn't even have, I know, I didn't even have all the tools with me because I thought I just needed the Phillips head screwdriver and that's it. But nope, I needed I can't remember that. Everything is called now. I needed a whole bunch of stuff, man. I'm telling you, I needed everything. I needed everything in the book. I'm telling you, man, it got to the point where I was just like, yo, I think I need to take a break. Like, this is crazy. And I told my wife, you know what? I don't know. I think I might just drive it straight to Motorstar and I'll just pay them. Let them do it. I mean, shit. They replaced the horn and a few other things I can't think off the top of my head. Oh, right, they had to fix my mirrors. It only cost me 200 pesos. I mean, so affordable. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why I thought of going all the way to Motorstar is because even though there's local mechanics over here, being a foreigner, they're gonna try to hit me with the foreigner price. Whereas, I'm going to the dealership where, I know it sounds weird, but they're gonna give me a fair price, which is, like I said, I know sounds weird, but it got to the point where even my wife was like, let me try to help. And I was telling her, nah, come on. You ain't do nothing like this before. Da da da. She's like, neither are you. And I was like, yeah, 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 good point. But, I still gave it that college try. Like you see how, my hands had to go inside the frame. And, we even though there was a point where the delivery man came through and he was saying that, oh, you gotta take all the frame off in order to get to it comfortably. And I'm like, oh, that's crazy. So that's when, my wife jumped in there and, used her little hands to see if she can loosen the screw a little bit better for me. And to her credit, she did help out a bit, because like I said, the space that's available in between the frame, you gotta be, have smaller hands. My hand's a giant, man. So she's trying to do her best. I'm over here laughing because she started unscrewing the wrong thing at first, and then I, had to give her the direction of where it's at, and then, she definitely helped out with a screw I couldn't get to. But yeah, man, if you want to try to do this and you've never done this before, unless you grease monkey, at least starting out to be, and this is something you think you'll be fun for you, I guess, go ahead. But if you're just doing it just to try to save some dollars, save some time, I'm telling you right now, you ain't gonna save no time. And yeah, you might save some dollars, but you definitely ain't gonna save some time because, me and my wife worked hard to try to, get this fairing off. Yeah, so through teamwork and cooperation, me and my wife, was able to get the fairing off. But putting the other fairing on still was a little tricky. And at this point, I was just tired, hot at the same time. And I said, you know what? Your brother broke this. He's going to fix it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I at least took off the fairing. All he got to do is put on the fairing. He wasn't there that day because I definitely would have had him start, had him working with me or whatever. But, he was due to come in the next day. He was out. So I was like, all right, you know what? That's what we're going to have to do. We're just going to have your brother do it. And this is a lesson. This is a lesson, for me to learn not to let no one ride my bike. I figured he's good. He rides a dirt bike, it sits taller than this one. So I figured, he can handle it. But what I didn't take into effect that this is too much power. I mean, it's only 250 cc's, but his bike is only 125 cc's. So it's, literally double the power. But if you familiarize with clutch and brake and, the fundamentals of riding a motorcycle, you should, doesn't matter how powerful the bike is, you should, have it under control. At least that's what I thought. But I was wrong. All right, so this is Lily the next day. That's her brother there in a white shirt. I mean, they're all her brothers, but he's the one who crashed my bike. So, I told him, I was like, look, I did have to work. You can handle it from here. So him and the rest of the brothers, they teamed up to, put the fairing on and everything. And, they went to work. Their hands are smaller than mine, so they was able to get in there and unscrew what it needed to be unscrewed, screw down what it needed to be screwed, and get my bike looking better, you know what I'm saying? Look, fixing my bike. So I still need the piece that go up where the can't think of nothing right now. The top part of the
get your butt
frame,
out the camera.
I really don't know what it's called.
Yes, I'm recording. No, I ain't
But
stopping.
where it shows the speed and all that stuff, right there, the left side,
There you go. Put
it's
your
really
butt in the
broken.
camera again.
Like,
What I tell you?
I don't even want to put that broken piece back on. I see it on Shopee. This is a great shopping app. I know they're not. They're not sponsoring me. Nothing like that. Got a little tongue tied, but they have stuff at really good prices. So it seems almost wholesale. So they have it for like 800 pesos or 900 pesos, which is nothing to me. And so I'm going to order that, and with that, that's easy. I just put it on top, screw it in. I'm done. Don't need to go to the mechanic for that part.
You always come to the camera when I'm trying to record? You just
so
want
many
attention?
screws in and out and everywhere. It's just so hard to get to with my big hands. But yeah, if anything else happens to this bike, crash or someone knocks it over, I guess, whatever, 'Cause I don't crash anymore. I did back when I first started, years, many moons ago, centuries ago, decades ago, whatever it was. But you know, now I've clutch control. You know what I'm saying? That's not happening. You know, but yeah. But if anything ever happened, someone rams into me, I guess, and I couldn't avoid it. I don't know, whatever the case, and frame gets broken, and I gotta replace that. I'll buy it off Shopee because Shopee has the color I needed, the prices that was great and everything. Because if you didn't see my other video, I try to get it from MotorStar, and you know they talked about they have a red one available of this piece, they have a green available of that piece, and I'm like, yo, you know my bike is blue, right? So you know I got the right colors of Shopee, which is awesome. The black piece needs to, well, I should replace it. It has a couple of cracks in it, but after we put on the new fairing, you don't really notice it. Like, you really got to get up close to notice. And as far as the damage that's on the front part of the fairing, yes, that is noticeable. But you know, I probably could cover that with some paint or whatever. Well, like I said in my other video, I'm probably gonna wrap the whole bike over in like gold wrapping or something like that. Hey, what's up? So the bike is complete. I'm trying to show you the other side now. There you go. So this is on. It already looks 100% better. Still gotta get this piece here. I'm gonna order that just now. But yeah, done. Almost fully restored. Cargo back. Alright, so that's the entire video. Thanks for watching. Please like the video, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so next time I upload a video, you don't miss it. And share. Hot out. Deuces.